And we now have the final event of the weekend. It's the Open Singles Final here on table number 1. We pick up action in the second set of the Open Singles Final, the first game. Tony Spredman, coming from the loser's side against Tracy McMillin, won the opening set in 3 straight games. He's up 3-2 here in the first game of the second set. Tracy McMillin, with an outstanding performance here this weekend, has already won Open Doubles with partner Dave Gummison and is now looking to add an Open Singles title as well. Tony Spredman, this is his 4th Bart O appearance. He's won 2 Open Singles titles here and, of course, lost last year in that Classic final to his doubles partner, Robert Mares. Tony now looking for the lead after McMillin was able to knock that pull shot home. Tony walking it, taking a look, and calling timeout. 3-3 here in game number 1 as Tony Spredman will step back to the table and put it back into play. The prestigious Bart O'Hearn Celebration Belt Trophy Championship is on the line. Again, Spredman for the lead, walking it, and fires it home near side. Tracy McMillin, certainly one of the great goalies in all the world of table soccer, in fact, in the history of table soccer. He would certainly be considered in the top 5 or 10 all time. Yet, Tony Spredman gives him fits. There's no two ways about it. He just has yet to find a remedy for Tony Spredman. But you can say that about almost any goalie anywhere in the world. Spredman is just such a dynamic offensive player. McMillin trying to get offensive here as he looks to tie it up at 4. Takes his time and it strokes home that classic pull shot. It's 4-4. And Tracy McMillin will use a timeout here. Tony Spredman will put the ball into play. We're tied up at 4 here in game number 1, and you would think Tracy McMillin could really use this game. Spredman come out and beat him 3 straight games in that opening set. Tony tick-tacking, then going through the lane beautifully. He'll set it up looking for a first game win. Tony Spredman. Strokes it home to the near side, so Spredman comes out to get game number 1. He leads 1-0 as we get the second game underway. It's Tracy McMillin on the right, Tony Spredman on the left, and Tracy firmly through the lane will set it up, looking to strike first here in game number 2. But Tony able to take it away. Quick left-handed effort comes back to Tony. Spredman will now look to advance it 2-rod to 5, although more and more over the last year or two, Tony Spredman has been shooting the ball from that 2-rod with the left hand and doing it very well. McMillin able to intercept the pass here, then comes back with a rolling pull shot. Nice defensive play, followed by a nice offensive play from the veteran Tracy McMillin, who has surged ahead 1-0 here in game number 2. Of course, Tracy McMillin has really made his name as a goalie, playing with Dave Gummison over the last 10 or 15 years. I guess probably about 12 years now since they first paired up. But previous to that, Tracy was an outstanding forward. In fact, he won a world championship playing the forward position in mixed doubles as Spredman ties it up at 1 apiece here in game number 2. So when Tracy plays the singles event, he is good at the forward position. He is, of course, great at the goalie position, which are 2 of the things that make him such a great singles player. While Tracy has not won a singles title in many years, he seems to be in the mix quite often. Top 3, always top 5 it seems. Whether it's at a regional, national, or world championship event, he is just an outstanding singles player. Well, when you have guys out there like Tony Spredman, and of course in previous years Frederic Collignon, Billy Pappas, Ryan Moore, if they're at an event, it's probably going to be one of those 4 guys winning the singles competition. In fact, if you go back over the last 5 or 7 years, it has always been one of those 4 guys if they are in attendance. Of course, Robert Mares was able to get a win last year here, but that's a rare occurrence when the big 4 are in attendance at an event. Of course, Collignon now, mostly retired, and Fred really only played a couple of events here in America each year anyway, in Vegas and then, of course, in Dallas. Tracy again able to steal it away here. And that block by Spredman, and the rebound comes back to Tracy McMillin. So if one of those 4 guys are in attendance, they're probably going to win. And you can count on one hand probably the number of times someone else has won a singles title while one of those 4 guys were at a tournament. But Tracy McMillin, as we said, who really has focused so much on his goalie game the last decade plus, Still, an outstanding singles player and demonstrating that for you here this weekend. Spredman successfully through the lane here after a couple of steals from McMillin against the two-rod pass of Spredman. Tracy steals it from the 5 here, and the quick shot attempt taken back by Spredman. Tracy just so good when he sits on that ball 7 or 8 seconds and explodes to the hole, and the one time that he has done that in this game, he scored. He has been blocked 3 other times when he shot the ball a little more quickly. Taken away here by Spredman. Actually, I think the shot here in this game was a rolling pull shot, but in that first game, definitely sitting on the ball was advantageous for Tracy McMillin. And Spredman is going to call timeout. Tony Spredman on the left, Tracy McMillin on the right. It's the open singles final here at the 2013 Bart O'Hearn celebration. Tony Spredman will put the ball back into play. He leads 2-1 here in the second game. He leads 1-0. Tony can't connect on the pass. Picked up here by McMillin. Tracy sends it up the table off that back wall, a ploy that Tony Spredman likes to use. And he caught Tony a little flat-footed. Usually Tony's so quick getting the left hand back there, but Tracy was able to connect. And again, doesn't take a lot of time here. Saw the shot attempt there with the left hand by Tony. Blocked by the 5 of McMillin. Comes back to Spredman, who tries to pass it along the outside wall. Quick effort to the other end by McMillin. Picked up on the 5 by Spredman, who acts as if he's going to shoot it. Now steps into the forward position to pass. Spredman tried to go back along the wall. Blocked by McMillin. Smoothly along the outside wall for Tony. Spredman now looks to increase the lead as he walks it and strokes it home far side. It's 3-1, so Spredman in control in this second set, and he has been dominant. He wants it. He felt he really let one get away last year to his partner Robert Morris after Tony came from the loser side of the bracket in similar fashion to what we're seeing today. Won the first 3 games, won the first 5 games of the championship final, 3 in the first set, 2 in the second, before Morris came back to get the final 3 games to win the title. McMillin tries to go to the straight hole here, knocked off the back wall, picked up by Spredman. He is so good at reading that and executing it so quickly and in the right situations, and he strokes it home here. Right now, Tony hitting on all cylinders, is up 4-1 here in game number 2. Pass attempt here, knocked back into the goal, and just like that, it's 2-0. So this is almost identical to what we saw last year here in the singles final. Spredman came out and dominated for the first 5 games. Last year, Robert Morris came back to win the final 3. This year, I'm not sure Tony's going to let that happen. Of course, Tracy McMillin certainly fully capable of doing it. What an outstanding event it has been here this weekend. 221 players in attendance, an all-time record. And sliced into the goal beautifully here by McMillin. Including some of the great players in all the world. These two, and Gummison, and Tom Yore is here. Tommy Atkinson. And down the middle comes Spredman to tie it up at 1 here in game number 3. Just a wonderful event. This is truly one of the great events in all the world of table soccer. As we travel around the world talking about it, players are aware of it. They know what it's about. They know how much fun this event is. They know all about the Vollenfuser aspect of it. And it is on the bucket list of so many players, not only here in America, but overseas as well. Nice grab here by Spredman on the 5. Beautiful pass through the lane. Boy, he is just a marvel in the singles format, isn't he? Spredman walks it. Try to go back to that far side. McMillin stayed home to make the block. Tracy very good from this position here. You think of him as a pull shooter, but he's very good with the push as well on the 2-row, and both of his points here in game number 3 have come from goal. He's up 2-1. Of course, he has to win this game to stay alive. Tony again with that smooth wall pass. Spredman to tie it at 2. Walks it and calls timeout. Tony Spredman steps back to the table, puts the ball back into play. Always, of course, 95% of the time shooting the walking snake and shooting it well. As he strokes it home to the far side, it's 2-2. Tracy McMillin tries to pass along the near wall. Spredman with a block. Tracy back along the wall. Spredman there waiting for him. Tony now stepping into the forward position. His wall pass blocked by McMillin. Tony through the lane this time. For the lead, Tony Spredman. Try to go to that far side. Blocked up into the air and off the table by McMillin, who has earned the right to put the ball back into play. Tied up at 2 here in game number 3. It's the open singles final. Tony Spredman in control and now in the lead as well as he blocks that pull shot down the middle, back into the goal with his 5-rod. It's 3-2. Tracy needs this one, and you saw Tony bait him for the straight and then take it away. Sent up the table with the left hand, but blocked back and retrieved by Tracy McMillin. Tracy's shot attempt, and Spredman has been really good defensively. Although I would like to see Tracy again sitting on the ball longer and exploding. Tracy had a chance to grab that one a couple of times. Instead, it's Spredman who picks it up on the 5. As we wrap things up once again here in beautiful Austin, Texas at Buffalo Billiards. Every October, we look forward to making the pilgrimage down here to the Bordeaux. And it never disappoints. It is always so much fun, so rewarding, and Tony Spredman strokes it home. It's championship point. Tony Spredman leading 4-2, leading 2 games to nothing. Tracy McMillin, whose only 2 scores in this third game have come from his 2-rod, puts that one down the middle on goal, retrieved by Spredman, who is playing with such great energy. Tony Spredman has a certain look to him when he's playing well. It's a body language thing, it's a quick-footed thing, it's quick-handed. Just a certain energy that he has, and he's nearly unbeatable by anybody when he is in that zone, which he appears to be right now. But that's another steal there by Tracy McMillin. And you can go weeks sometimes without seeing Tony Spredman get his pass stolen. And we've seen it 3 times here in the last 10 minutes. And almost again, Tony gets it through. Talking to Tony a little earlier, he says his 2 to the 5 just hasn't been quite the same. The 3-rod, though, has been outstanding, and he's got a chance to put it away right here. Tony Spredman shooting for victory. Tried to come near side. That one blocked up into the air and off the table by McMillin. It remains championship point for Spredman. Tony has that one and then knocked that into his own goal. It's now 4-3. So Tracy McMillin hanging in there. But Tony with another opportunity here to advance it and perhaps put it away, but it's stolen away by McMillin. Tracy's pass blocked by Tony. McMillin crisply through the lane, and he can tie it at 4. Tracy McMillin from pull shot position. Try to go to the straight hole, blocked by Spredman. Comes back to Tracy, who takes a look. Tries to come down the middle, blocked by Spredman. Quick clearing effort. McMillin knocks it down, and now Tony will look to pass. And another block there. Boy, Tracy gets a great read on the 2 to the 5. And Tony's going to call timeout. Championship point for Tony Spredman. Looking for his 3rd career Bardo Hearn Celebration Open Singles Championship. And he'll have a chance to put it away right here. Tony Spredman for the title. Spredman fires it home far side, and there it is. Tony Spredman defeats Tracy McMillin to win the 2013 Bart O'Hearn Open Singles Championship, and that's going to wrap it up here in Austin. Thanks to Joe Kuntz, Charles McIntosh, and everyone who helped make this such a great event this weekend.